Well, there is so much more to do. There is so much more, to our country than meets the eye, if you really think about it. And there is a new 10-part television event that is attempting to change that. It's called The Americas. Here's my conversation with the executive producer, Mike Gunton.
Booby pairs are normally set for life. But not all boobies play by the rules.
What a pleasure to talk to executive producer of The Americas. This is the one and only Mike Gunton. Good morning to you. How are you?
Good morning. I'm very well, thanks. How are you?
I'm doing wonderful. Let's talk about The Americas and what inspired you to say, this is my next show. This is what I want to do.
Well, I think it's a kind of a once in a career opportunity, actually. I'd made the Planet Earth series, and I was thinking about what next. I was trying to think, is there anything that has that scale? I thought about Africa, I thought about North America, I thought about South America. I thought, no, it doesn't really. But then I thought, hold on a minute. As far as animals are concerned, North America and Central America and South America, that's all one thing. That is impressive. Has anybody done that? And I thought they must have done. But I looked, they hadn't. I thought, right, I need to do it before anybody else does, because this is a gift for a wildlife filmmaker. It's got everything. It hasn't got elephants, that's about it. It's got everything else. It's got the biggest, the oldest, the fastest, the longest rivers, the biggest trees. You know, it's full of absolute, utter superlatives. And just a remarkable place to explore and discover.
Okay, when you talk about The Americas, what kind of places are we talking about, Mike? How did you narrow it down to certain locations?
Well, we called it The Americas because it does include literally everything from the furthest north of Canada all the way down to Cape Horn, to the bottom of the planet, really, in South America. And as you say, it's a huge, and of course it splits the two great oceans, and it has the equator. It has pretty much everything. So you're right, choosing the stories was one of the toughest things. What we decided to do was to make it a kind of, imagine taking the most extraordinary safari you ever could, a journey of discovery, going to all the great places that you would want to if you had unlimited money and time. So that's how we've done it. It's a kind of hotspots. So we're not doing it by types of place. It's like jungles or deserts. So we go to Patagonia, we go to the frozen north, we go to the East Coast, we go to the Wild West, and the Caribbean, the Andes.
While the enigmatic Andeans rumba by the smoke machine.
Each time we go, we get this kind of the signature of what makes this place, defines it, what makes it special, what lives there, what animals live there, of course, and how do they survive? How do they cope with the unique challenges these individual places have? And for the audience, it's like having a kind of armchair holiday. You go to this place and you have this extraordinary experience, and then Tom Hanks says, get on the bus, we're going to a next one. And it's next week you go to another extraordinary place, and Tom tells you all about the wonders there. So it's pretty unusual.
It is. And just yesterday, I was looking at a documentary about the Andes in South America, and it's just fascinating. So this is definitely the kind of show I'm going to want to watch. Before I let you go, what made you say Tom Hanks is the perfect voice for the narration? Because narration is a big part of a show like this.
Huge. Well, funny enough, right when I had that first idea and I went to pitch it to NBC, I had written on my notebook, Tom Hanks? And I thought, and I'd forgotten about it for 2 years. And when it came to talk about it 3 years later about who should do it, I said, I think Tom Hanks. They went, of course, he's the voice of this.
These kits are 4 months old, and they share their home with an older brother. He's getting ready to leave home for good.
When I went to see him and showed him the first cut of this, we were chatting together in the room, and he was watching it. And as he was watching it, it's quite nerve-wracking for me, you know, triple Oscar winner, you're thinking. And he was going, this is incredible, this is incredible. And what he was doing was he was saying to people in the room, guys, look at this, you're not. And I thought, that's exactly what I want. I want somebody who's going to say, rather than stand there and tell you stuff, he's going to say, come with me. I've just seen this. This is amazing. I want to tell you about it. And that, I think, is a pretty unique style of presentation for this type of show. And that sense of understanding the trials and tribulations of the animals, being sympathetic to them, and also realizing that their lives and our lives are pretty similar. We're all in this together. and of course, humor. He's a brilliant comic actor, and nature is funny. You know, it's dramatic and it's got drama and serious stuff in it, but it's also very funny. And he's
You're
brilliant.
so right. And well, congratulations on a wonderful, wonderful series. We can't wait to watch it right here on NBC. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
This is going to be a good one. And new episodes of The Americas, which is narrated by Tom Hanks, airs Sundays right here on 9 News and NBC. You can also get caught up on the past episodes on Peacock.